What's good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. And for today's video, we're going to take a look at the performance review for the Nike PG6. Alright, so starting off with the traction on the Nike PG6. As you can see on the outsole here, there is kind of these little suction cups or pods on the outsole for the Nike PG6. And some of them have these little straight lines going through them. And how these performed on court indoors, they were very good. The rubber is a little bit soft, there is some movement with it, so I don't know if I would bring these outside. I do actually have a friend that plays with these outside exclusively, and these little nubs here, they are wearing away on his pair from outdoor use, but indoors, these will have you covered. I would say you want to wipe every 5 or 6 plays, but honestly, these just have a very hard bite indoors. And I've been playing with these for about 2 weeks now, and my pair really has no wear and tear on the rubber from indoor use. But like I said, as far as indoors, these will have you covered on forward movements, lateral movements. I really didn't have too many issues. I did play on a really dirty floor once with these, and I was wiping every 3 or 4 plays, but on the cleaner indoor courts, these will be fine. So for the traction on the Nike PG6, I'm gonna have to give these an 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, one of the more reliable traction out right now. So as far as the cushioning goes on the Nike PG6, these feature a full-length React foam-based cushioning system from heel to toe. And I will just preface this right off the bat, I wasn't very excited to play in the shoe because I prefer Nike Air, whether it be Zoom or the encapsulated airbags. And I was a little concerned because I've had some bad experiences in the past with Nike Lunar and such. So I wasn't too excited because I was thinking that this foam would bottom out pretty quickly. But I'm very happy to say that I really enjoyed the Nike React cushioning in the PG6. In the heel, you have this really beefy portion, and the heel, as far as the impact protection goes, is very plush. It feels very nice underfoot, and it offers a ton of spring back as far as the heel when you come down on your heel. In the forefoot, it's a lot more lower to the ground, similar to Kobe models of the past. It's a lot more low profile, but honestly, it's just a plush cushioning system all the way around. As you can see, it's right here. These do have, React as far as I'm concerned, has some plastic properties within the foam compound that offers a ton of spring back and just longevity as well. So React is one of my favorite foam-based cushioning systems out, whether Nike couples it with Zoom Air or just by itself. I'm really coming around to it, and I actually really enjoyed it here in the Nike PG6. Let me know what you guys think, but like I said, the heel to toe transition was fantastic. You're really low to the ground in the forefoot, and if you land or do a lot of heel strikes, you're gonna get a ton of cushion at the back of the shoe. But as far as the cushion goes in the Nike PG6, I would have to give this an 8.5 out of 10. And honestly, it's one of the better cushioning systems out that's foam only. I would have to say it's this and the Puma MB02s. So as far as the fit on the Nike PG6, I went true to size. I went with my size 10.5, and these were great as far as the fit goes. And this is actually the first PG model where the width, for me at least, wasn't an issue right off the bat. 1 through 5, I had a ton of issues with the shoe really pinching on the sides, and it took some break-in time for it to feel normal. With the PG6, you're not gonna get that. This material breaks in really quick and really nicely, and I just feel like it's a wider based shoe as well. So as far as the fit goes, like I said, go true to size. If you're a wide footer, honestly, I think you can get away going true to size, because for me, the length, I had almost a full width of my thumb at the end of the shoe, which in Nike basketball shoes in 10.5, I usually don't have that. It's usually a lot closer to the end of the shoe. But for me, it was just a super comfortable fit, great lockdown. It has more or less a traditional lacing system. These two right here kind of pull in and grab your foot and kind of go right over your foot. But overall, there's just a ton of padding within this shoe, and my foot was not sliding around at all. And like I said, the fit was just fantastic. So for me, I really enjoyed playing in these. And as far as the fit goes, I'm gonna have to give these a very solid 9 out of 10. Let me know down in the comments if you guys went true to size or if you went down half a size, up half a size, depending on your foot shape. But for me, I went true to size, and it really was a fantastic fit. So as far as the materials go on the Nike PG6, you kind of get what you pay for, honestly. This shoe retails for $110 USD, $145 here in Canada. You can find these for almost half price on some retailers' websites right now. The sizes are pretty scattered, honestly, so I don't think you're gonna find a ton of smaller sizes. I did see a lot of bigger sizes out there. So as far as the materials go, you have a ton of synthetics and just textile mesh all the way around, kind of like a plastic swoosh right here on the lateral side, and then almost some synthetic suede, or actually this is more of like a nubuck or leather right here on the eye stay as well. Moving your way to the back of the shoe, this portion right here, the orange portion, is super padded and very comfortable on foot. I can't state that enough. It's one of the comfiest heel counters within a basketball shoe that I've worn in recent memory. You do have some synthetic leather here on the medial side, and then more of that synthetic nubuck. As far as the materials, it's a really cheap setup, especially if you can catch these on sale. It's really not that bad because they break in super quick. They're very comfortable on foot. But if I had to rate these, honestly, for the Nike PG6, I think they have done better in the past with some true raw leather and suedes on some of the colorways. So as far as the materials go on the Nike PG6, I'm gonna have to give these a 6.5 out of 10. One other thing I wanna note with these materials is this shoe to play in is very hot. I know there's some little holes here on the lateral side and on the medial side, but this tongue is just so padded. The materials are pretty thin, but this shoe does not offer a ton of breathability. So that is one thing to note, is when I was playing in these on court in pickup games or league play, I did notice that my foot was really cooking in the Nike PG6. And as far as the weight goes in the Nike PG6, like I said, this is a US size 10.5, and these come in at 14 ounces even. So for me, this is a pretty lightweight shoe on foot. It doesn't even feel that heavy. It feels more like around that 11 or 12 ounce for a basketball shoe. But like I mentioned, for the Nike PG6, the weight is pretty much a non-factor. And for me, in a US size 10.5, it's actually a pretty lightweight shoe. So starting with the support at the back of the shoe, you do have a pretty rigid internal heel counter. Now it doesn't come up too high, it kind of stops right here because all of this is just really soft padding, but it wraps around the side of your foot, and then moving your way down from that, this upper and just the way the eye stays are on the upper for where the laces go through, it really hugs and wraps around your foot. So if you crank the laces down on these, you're really not going to be going anywhere. The Nike PG6 will have you covered as far as support. And then moving to the bottom of the shoe, as you can see, this shoe is very wide as far as the forefoot goes. It kind of flares out a little bit right here. It just offers a very stable base, and it's more of the same at the back of the shoe. So Nike did a really good job offering that, and it's kind of a flat base as well. As you can see here, it kind of comes up a little bit towards the toe, but it just really keeps your foot planted down. And this outsole, this rubber outsole, wraps up the side of the shoe. So your foot is sitting about halfway within this outsole here, this rubber cup outsole that wraps up the side. So on hard lateral cuts, when you're moving sideways, as long as you crank those laces down and you've tied the shoe tightly, this outsole will do its job as well by harnessing your foot within the shoe on those hard lateral cuts. And it's more or less the same here on the medial side. It's more of the react that your foot is sitting within, but these two eyelets right here, if you really crank these ones down, it really hugs your foot. So the Nike PG6 offers a ton of support. It is a low top shoe, but like I said, if you get your true to size in this shoe, just the heel counter, the way the lacing system is, the rubber cup outsole wrapping up the side, and that wide and stable base. And not to mention as well, there is an internal shank plate. It is top loaded, so it's very close to your foot. So like you can see here, it's hard to bend the shoe in half. You can bend the toe a little bit, but that midfoot is very rigid. So Nike has done a fantastic job in the support on the Nike PG6. I think this is one of the best bang for your bucks on the market right now, especially because a lot of these colorways are on sale. I know this colorway was very popular in the summer and they pretty much sold out. This is probably my favorite colorway of the Nike PG6, but let me know down in the comments, have you guys played in this model? What colorway do you have? And what do you think about the shoe? What is your favorite feature within this shoe? Is it the traction, cushion, fit, materials? Or for me, honestly, it might just be the support of the Nike PG6, but sound off in the comments. But that's going to do it for today's performance review on the Nike PG6. Like I mentioned, the traction is fantastic. That multi-directional traction pattern with those pods does a fantastic job. I would probably stay away from outdoor use, but if you can get these on heavy discount, I don't think it's a bad outdoor option. The cushion really surprised me with that Nike React. Like I mentioned, I'm more of a Nike Zoom or Nike Air cushioning kind of guy, just for my age. I really like that cushioning for my knees as far as the impact protection, but the React really surprised me. It's very plush and very low to the ground in the forefoot. The fit was amazing as well, and I think these are wide foot friendly. Let me know if you guys went true to size in these. Materials, like I mentioned, a lot of textile, a lot of cheaper materials with those synthetics, but they break in really quick and they feel amazing on foot. And then the support, I already went through that. You guys know how I feel about that. This is just a very supportive shoe. But as always, stick around for the on-court portion at the end of the video. And if you guys can check out my Instagram over at 23MJ88, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that helps the channel out a lot. But until next time, peace.